We're going to talk about equations of lines, and we're going to look at three different forms of those equations. The first form, probably the most common one, the most famous one I'll call it, it's called slope-intercept form. And the reason it's called slope-intercept form is because in the equation you actually see the slope and you see the y-intercept. Now remember, slope, talked about earlier, your rise over your run, calculating that, and then the b here, that's the y-intercept. It's where it's crossing the y-axis. So the coordinates at b are always going to be 0, something. And that something is your y-intercept, the b value that you're going to see in your equation. Next form, I like this one a lot, referred to as point-slope form, and the reason it's called point-slope form is because in the equation you see the coordinates of one point that's on your line, and you see the slope again. So notice we still have y and x, just like we did in the last one, but we also have this x1 and y1. That's the point on your line. Notice it right here. And then, just like before, we still have our slope in there. So if you know one point that's on your line, and you know the slope, you can put your numbers into the point-slope form, and you have the equation of that line. And the last one would be standard form. This is my least favorite of them all, but it's one that we definitely need to know how to use and know how to work with. So in this one, you see we still have our x and our y, but now we have an a, a b, and a c. Those don't necessarily have any great value all by themselves. Together they can make things, but individually it's not going to be a point on a line, it's not going to be the slope, it's not going to be the x-intercept, the y-intercept, etc. Just three numbers that are going to go with this line. And then we're going to use those three equations to write equations of our specific lines, and we'll look at that in another video.